Hello, welcome to the April astrologies for Virgo and Virgo Ascendant. My name is Donna Page. My website's lovinglightastrologer.com if you'd like to know more about my services. All right, April is a very intense month. We have a lot of power energies, a lot of retrogrades, including at the end of the month, Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde. So let's dive into this. We'll dive into it with the Aries new moon, which gives us the overall message of April and certainly of the Aries cycle. So the months really begin when the sun goes into a new sign, but hey, that's once people catch up with astrology, maybe they'll catch on to that. But we have the Aries new moon, which is connected to the Uranus-Pluto square, which has been going on. So it's this last effort while the square is in orb to make a difference, to get it together, to listen with intensity and follow the messages of making the changes that you know in your heart are important for you to make to have the life that you want. Now we have this interesting vibration. And so for you, Virgo and Virgo Ascendant, part of it has to do with making any kind of changes that are apparent, needed, or are rumbling about what other people expect from you and what you're doing with other people. So what is this? What it has been the unspoken agreements between you and others, whether it's a personal relationship or a work relationship. What's the unspoken? Is there any place you need to break free from that and go your own way? No, I don't want to do that anymore. I know I've been doing that my whole life, but I don't want to do that anymore. It could be family. And it's also suggesting that, especially because of the Pluto retrograde this month and the Mars retrograde, that there is a rethinking or a challenge about finding what you want to do that has nothing to do with work, that you enjoy to do. Maybe it could be connected to work in some way, that if I could make a living at it, I would do this, whether I want to do this. And if I couldn't make some money out of it, it'd be great, but it's not about that. It's because I want to have a hobby that I really like. So that is coming up. Now, what I want to show you is declinations here. We have Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. See how this number's 20 degrees. So, and Mars and Saturn, they're in Sagittarius. So that sort of makes sense, right? Mars and Saturn are together in Sagittarius. They're hanging out together. But what about Pluto over here? It's 17 degrees. They're at the same declination, so they're vibrating together. It's a hidden type of conspiracy, so to speak. And these three guys together, they can create all kinds of havoc. So they're sort of like the mischief makers of the zodiac when they want to be, the troublemakers. Where could there be trouble for you? And now, a lot of this can be internal and psychological, not necessarily something happening in your world, but internal and psychological. And this is your subconscious. Dig things up from your subconscious from early childhood to have a shift in your belief system. And it's connected in some way with feeling that you have charge, or you have a control, or you can find something in life that you feel strong about and passionate about. And remember, we have Jupiter in your sign. There's an energy of adjustment going on. So adjusting with this other people vibe that's happening. But also, the asteroid Hygeia is in your sign, connected to the North Node. And what this means is take care of yourself. Take care of yourself before something happens, basically. No matter how young or old you are, it's never too early or too late to do something where your routine of your life is good for you. It's just a healthy routine. Now, when we go into the Pluto retrograde, and like I said, Mars will have already gone retrograde the day before. That intensity of that weekend, and you can start to feel it on the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. Vibration, and it's a great weekend for you to meditate on anything that could be rumbling around in your life that you feel blocked about, and put some energy into your home and like where you're living. That could be very strong. I just need to get out and clean out my closets and do things where my space, my car, my office, my space is how I want it to be. The sun shifts into Taurus, your sister Earth sign, on the 19th, and just 2 days later we have the Scorpio full moon. It's one of the Scorpio full moon and the Taurus full moon. Those are the passion full moons of the year, and this is no different. And it's bringing up relationship issues as Venus is back at that place, or very close to the new moon that just happened earlier this month, which means it's connected to Uranus, changes in relationship, square Pluto, transformation around that. So this is when things can become revealed for you about reassessing what you do for others, what do others do for you, and those unspoken expectations that are and have been going on. And it also is highlighting a vibration that says, get out of town, take a break. If you can't go on a vacation while this Taurus cycle is going on for the next 30 days, then plan one. Plan a vacation, plan something that, even if it's you can just get away for a day, plan something for a couple of days, it's very strong. And make sure, there is a little bit of a vibe here that's saying make sure that the vehicle or the transportation that you're taking, that you feel it's all up to snuff, it's all in working order. So whether you're renting a car or it's your own vehicle, or if you're flying someplace, you can't make sure the airplane's up to order, but you can, all the details of the trip, and get the apps down so you can get notified if there's a delay. You know the story. Do all of that. And Mercury, your ruling planet, goes retrograde on the 28th. It's going retrograde in that sector of beliefs, learning, and travel. So you can start to feel inspired again. It's like, oh, I've always wanted to learn this. I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to travel there. It also can mean that you travel back to a place, or make plans to travel back to a place that you've been before. And we finish the month with Venus going into Taurus. Very good. She's in her rulership in Taurus. Your sister Earth sign, harmonious, and the travels, the ideas. Perhaps there could be a course or a class that comes up for you, especially if the class or the workshop has more a meaning for you, something where you can learn something at it. That's part of your personal transformation. Thank you for checking in, and if you appreciate the work that I do, please share and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next month.